Simpsons, hidden details about Springfield people never notice. Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Levy Tunes. A key part of the Simpsons' success is the central setting, the city of Springfield. At once, both everywhere and nowhere, the city at the heart of the Simpsons represents both the best and worst of American society. In today's video, we take a look at the hidden details about everyone's favorite animated city. Stay tuned. Springfield was founded on a lie. Springfield, like all cities, has its fair shares of founding stories and tales that are meant to inspire subsequent generations. Most of these concern the eponymous founder, Jebediah Springfield. Unfortunately, as the investigating Lisa reveals, most of these are a lie, as Jebediah is anything but the noble frontiersman that schools would have the townsfolk believe. The truth has been bent out of shape by historians looking to bolster the town's morale, credentials, and faith in its history. However, rather than exposing the truth, she decides to keep it to herself. Springfield's locations was actually moved. Most people normally think of cities as stationary things, as settlements that have a fixed place that doesn't significantly change over time. In keeping with Homer's tendency to create chaos whenever he goes, it actually became necessary to move the city once its original locations become overwhelmed with trash. It's one of those changes that isn't really mentioned much after the episodes in which it takes place, though Lisa does refer to it as a later episode. Can you figure out which episode it is? Leave your answer in the comment below. Springfield was almost the site of the Olympics. Though Springfield might not be the first name that comes to mind when you first think about the potential sites of the Olympic, by some strange confluence of events, it almost did host them. Unsurprisingly, Bart managed to throw a wrench in the affair, irritating the representatives of the IOC so much that they decided not to go through with it, and that's why Springfield can have a nice thing. The truth behind Whacking Day. Springfield is well known for its tendency to be a little strange, to say the least. That extends to celebrating its own holiday, Whacking Day. While its present iterations is fairly harmless, in which the townspeople beat snakes to death, it was actually begun with racial animus, i.e. the people wanted to beat up Irish residents. Though played for laughs, the holiday actually points out how many seemingly innocuous aspects of American culture actually have more complicated and uglier origins than anyone assumes or acknowledges. Springfield borders 4 states. One of the most enduring mysteries about Springfield has been its exact locations. Though it's obviously a fictional city, there has been rampant speculations about which American state exactly it is located. Those hoping that the Simpsons movie would clear the issue up were disappointed, as Nat Flanner points out the 4 states that it borders: Ohio, Nevada, Kentucky, and Maine. While this fakeness can be a bit annoying, perhaps it's the city's impossibility to have an exact location that makes it such a uniquely flexible stand-in for American life and culture as a whole. Springfield was once split into 2 parts. At one point, the city of Springfield split into 2, mostly due to a disagreement about changing the area code. To the surprise of no one, the 2 cities were largely divided based on class, with the wealthiest inhabiting one half and the poorer one the other. For better or worse, depending on your perspective, the 2 sides were later merged back into one city when Homer discovered gold in his part of the old city. Highly radioactive city. It probably comes as a surprise to no one that Springfield has been noted to be one of the most radioactive cities in the United States. This is a city, after all, that is home to none other than Mr. Monty Burns, who not only owns a nuclear plant, but has made abundantly clear that he cares more about corporate profits than he does for human or non-human life for that matter. And given the laxity of nuclear waste storage, the only surprising thing is that anyone is able to live in Springfield at all. Vibrant cultural life. In addition to its bewildering number of prisons, which we will come to soon, Springfield is also home to a surprising number of cultural venues. After all, it's not every small American town that can boast that it houses not only such a high art venues such as an opera house, an arboretum, and several museums, including both a natural history and art museum, but also such mass cultural institutions as a drive-in movie theater. It also once had a concert hall, but later became a prison. The prisons. For being such a relatively small town, Springfield is home to a truly staggering number of prisons. These include the Springfield Penitentiary, the Springfield Juvenile Corrections Facility, the Springwood Minimum Security Prison, and Morningwood Penitentiary. It remains a little unclear about how exactly the city plans to populate these institutions, given the fact that the police department, including and especially Chief Wiggum, is one of the most incompetent to be seen in popular culture. Krusty the Clown is representative in the house. While audiences about the show probably know him best as the host of his own show Krusty the Clown, some might not know that he also ran and won for a seat in the United States House of Representatives as a Republican. He followed in the dubious footsteps of two other men who served in the Congress, one whom was actually kicked out for taking bribes and the other whom died while in office. Were you aware of any of these facts about The Simpsons? Do let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching.